Good morning. I received several comments, a lot questioning what are we doing about it, what are we doing about it, what are we doing about it, which seems to be the rhetoric put on by people who sit back and think something should be done, or but not by them, by others. Something should be done, but why aren't you doing it? I am. I'm informing you of what's going on. Dick Yardley put out a book and it explains in total detail the corruption in this country. And what's happened? It was taken over by a thief who stole his copyright and now produces the book for money, which is still the same. It's stealing. Now, get back to these people that wish to comment all the time, and there's no comments yet because they're playing games, which as they usually do. I consider anyone who writes a stupid notion that what's going on, what can we do about it, we can't do this, that is detrimental to us. The supreme, absolute and uncontrollable authority remains with the people. Does it have any other authority? No. The people, by a basic contract called the Constitution, which we were given authority from the Commonwealth Constitution Act 1900 UK, the Enabling Act, so that made us sovereign and supreme. It denies Parliament that right to be sovereign and denies them the right to be supreme. In fact, it subjects all those laws they make to the overriding authority of the Commonwealth Constitution. If it doesn't comply, they're void in law. States that clearly. So what you're doing is you're coming out and you're passing comments when I'm doing something and you say, oh, how do we go? There's no way of doing it. This is here, that's here. I told you how. I, Wayne Kenneth of the Family Glue, attended at the polling booth to vote. Don't get your name crossed off, you don't have to. Take a copy of the letter, but make sure there's three. One for you, one for them, and one to send if they dare to send you a fine. They then have to prove two essence. The candidates were lawful. The document I showed you yesterday, this document says the governor has to put the list together, not the political parties. When the political parties do, talk about gerrymandering and ripping off and ignoring and lying to the people, what do you call it? Exactly what I just said. They're lying to the people. They want you to believe that the political parties will do the right thing by you. No. Why? Because we know they haven't. As soon as they get into power, all their policies have gone out the window and they do what they always intended to do, get more and more and more control over you. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Nothing. And when you have the greatest chance, the election in Western Australia did not comply with that act. They brought in a company from overseas, they admitted that, to run the election. So what happened then? Dismissed the whole election. It was run by someone without the authority to run it, and they admitted to it. I expect Malcolm McCusker will do exactly what he should, and so it was an unlawful election. That's the end of it. There goes your federal parliament. You still do not have 6 lawful states to create a federal parliament. Understand that. Stop complying with their garbage. When a magistrate, or purported magistrate, because that's all they are, states that we've only got ABN numbers for GST, well, the problem with that is Section 51, subsection 2 of the Constitution says any law in relation to tax shall deal with one subject of tax only, goods and services. Can you count? That's 2. So the law is invalid. Are we bound by that act? No. It's a fraud. It's unlawful. It's a fraud. You do not have to comply. Do you have to take it to court? No, Mark McGowan decided we have to argue everything in the court. No. More lies. It doesn't matter what they say or want to do, it's all fraud, it's all lies. Now you have a problem. Stop lying to the people. Put the facts in. And whoever's blocking my any comments going on there, that's all right, doesn't matter. What I said yesterday is law. All I ever put is law and decision to the High Court, back it up. And yes, I did get the figures wrong. It was 1.4 million unlawful immigrants because you swore them in straight away. You didn't wait the time contained in the Constitution, 5 years. So they're not lawful. And yet you intend they're going to vote for the Labor Party, which is the reason you gave money, why you gave money to the Muslim schools, why you gave money to the Hindu schools or whatever other schools, why you've given another 1.3 billion to the Aboriginal people. But it's not going to them, it's going to the corporations. What benefit is, oh, we want you to vote for us. Roger Cook showed the disdain the Labor Party and political parties have for the people when he was asked a simple question and walked off and ignored him, along with his Aboriginal representative. He walked off as well. So, if you think you can talk to these people, you can't. I've tried for years. Supplied information to a friend to give to them, and they just poo-poo it and walk away. They're not interested in the law. They're interested in the fact they think they have all the authority and you have zero. That's what they're working on, what they've always worked on. The political parties were rejected by the conventions. They can't have them unless there's evidence in the Constitution says you can have them. Opposition, not in the Constitution, can't have it. Control over land, not in the Constitution, can't have it. The Constitution is a parameter set. Stop giving them money. What part don't you understand? Oh, I haven't sacrificed anything. Yeah, I did. I put my land on the line. Am I popular? No, especially you're not amongst my kids. But I know what the law says, and I'm going to push the law until that property is returned and the thieves are on it. They're party to the theft because they know, and you can't say you don't. You little person who's sitting on my land, it's still mine. I have the original title, you have nothing. You have now a digital title which is absolutely nothing. You own nothing, I own it. I paid cash for it, I own it. You stole, the city of Geraldton, $152,000 from the money you got from that as extra interest when you already had listed the interest in the court and lost. You couldn't prove it. And you can't, because I owe you nothing, never did owe you anything, and you owe me a lot. And Shane Van Stein, you will stand trial. You think you're funny. I feel sorry for your wife and your little baby, but that doesn't give me any sympathetic feelings towards you as who you are. You screwed over and ripped off the people of this town, and I've got the evidence to prove it. You went against a ruling of the court. That's criminal contempt of that court. There is no law to back up what you say, and if you think the Parliament overrides the courts, well, Tatani versus the South Australian Government, 2010, Finks Motorcycle Club case. The High Court ruled you can't have a law, takes away the judicial function of the court. The judicial function of the court ruled that council had no authority. The magistrate had no authority to give them any of the orders they wanted, or authority over your land. The Supreme Court Act says only a justice of the Supreme Court can deal with land. So even your own acts you're ignoring. But then what is that? You've got purported judges who haven't sworn the lawful oath. They're not judges. Magistrate haven't sworn the lawful oath. You can't speak an authority into being when it doesn't exist in law. Kirby made that clear. You should have listened. So you have a nice day. You're nothing but a bunch of traitors, and sorry to all those people. We're doing everything. If you vote according to what I said, there is no Parliament. Do not get your name struck off. Do not put a line through anything. Just ask them why there are no lawful candidates. The question then becomes, why not? The Act says they have to. The Act says the governor puts it together, not some foreign company. None of what they've done is lawful. So you have a lovely day, and I hope all of you squirm. And Carey David Owen, you are going to stand trial for treason. You are fully aware of the facts. As a police officer, you definitely are fully aware that you must have the law, and you aren't having laws. You've got garbage that has been rejected by a referendum. You do take notice of the referendums, whether you like it or not, and there is no federal law to give you any out on it. None. None whatsoever. So have a lovely day, all of you.